Hello, everyone. Welcome to the winner's interview stream, I guess. Collector, you did not waste any time. Congratulations, my friend, on taking down another ECQ. This is your fourth finals, right? Fourth ECQ finals, or at least fourth finals of a tournament that qualifies for Worlds?
Yeah, I think so. There was the 101 last year, this one, second with Yetis, and actually, I think that's all. I have a couple top fours as well, but
Yeah, so that's four, right? And
that's
two losses and two.
three, two wins and one semis.
Oh, right. The semis. Well, congratulations. How do you feel right now going back to Worlds?
Uh, you're also cutting out a little bit, but pretty well. I'm just really happy I won, and finally put a barbarian into the worlds, and gonna try to get a few more in there too.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, I'm definitely really happy for you. I think a lot of people are out there are really happy for you also. I mean, you've been such a consistent performer. The only person that has made the finals three times, and probably the only person with what, four top fours. Maybe the boxer might have, but I don't have the stats in front of me. But it's great to see you doing
Yeah,
well.
I know like Keith Pellick's getting close. He lost in two finals so
Yeah.
far, but
All right. Well, why don't you tell us about this deck? Is this I feel like I played against some of your teammates playing a deck that looked very similar to this, and I saw some people, just around the tournament scene that were playing something that looked a lot like Chonky Skycrag.
yeah, I know that M. Gallup and ISO and maybe one or two others, I'm not sure, but I know that they worked on it a lot. We what was different about our list compared to some of the other ones that popped up was we cut the Tota Pioneers because we wanted nothing that died to all the common removal. So like Jack still dies, but that's still going to kill two units, so that's not a big deal. But like cutting Tota means Defiles, Jacks, Salvos, Seers, like all of that just does nothing. So you blink a lot of the opponent's deck.
Yeah, I definitely had that issue when I played again. You beat me in the preliminary
You beat
rounds.
you beat me in the
No, I beat you.
preliminaries.
Oh, does that mean that? Okay, never
Yeah.
mind. Yeah. So I definitely think that the Praxis aggro deck has a lot of time dealing with these cards that just have 5 health, and that's what I heard the deck described as.
Yep, I mean that's just why it's chunk crag. You just play a bunch of big butts and hope it's good enough to get there.
All right. Well, who like you mentioned some people that help Cam might have been on the deck, but who would you credit the most with for this one? I'm seeing people saying that Lights Out Ice had the initial list.
I mean, on my team, I'd give it to M. Gallup because he's the one who brought it over to us. But I don't know if you know, they came from somewhere else first. Like I know he and Isomorphic work together a lot, but as far as if anyone else helped before that, I'm not sure.
Wow, so that's Gallup. Like, I don't know about breaking the meta, but like certainly innovating it. Two weeks in a row. That's very impressive.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, someone else might have did the initial list. I'm just not aware of the exact origins. So.
Going into the top 64, did you know that you were going to make a deep run? Did you think your deck was just that good?
No, I actually really thought I was going to lose in the first round. I played 5 or 6 practice matchups against that FTP deck with M. Gallup, and I went 0-5. The difference, I guess, between the practice matches and what actually ended up happening was that I actually drew Jex, like a couple of them against, the Rock, which, Jack is just very good. And then I know the Rock ended up flooding out in one of the games, I think, so.
Yeah. All right. Cool. What would you say are the matchups that you're trying to prey upon here, and what matchups aside from that FTP deck were you not too happy to see?
I was really, really happy I didn't have to verse like why so salty's curses deck or like the Horu curses deck. Um, I played against Salty actually in the Swiss, and like it just seemed to line up perfectly to decimate everything I was doing. You're only playing 20 units, so turn to seed taking away a fifth of your deck is really strong.
Mm-hmm.
um, and permafrost as well. Like I don't have any way to blow those up, so they just have bunch of really efficient removal to prey upon, my small creature count.
Yeah, I guess this is the anti-Jack deck, right?
Yeah.
All right. What do you think of the metagame? I know that there have been a lot of complaints lately about. I know like the Boxer tweeted out that he really didn't like the week one metagame. Do you like that it's revolving seemingly around one card? Do you think that there's enough room to innovate with people not playing Jack decks, like the Huru deck that we saw some players like ZDCH playing?
Yeah, I mean, it felt like the meta was mostly Jack decks and decks that try to beat Jack decks. Chunk Crack, which I think 7 or 8 people brought. Like kind of being a Jack deck that also tries to beat other Jack decks. Um, I do think that like yeah, there's some innovation people can try to do like with those curses decks and whatnot, but I don't know. I think Jack could use a small hit. Like I was thinking, make him a 3/3 and make it so that if you discard a basic power, he deals 3 damage and just remove the double damage entirely. Little higher floor but lower ceiling on him. So
Yeah, because there would be a lot of games where you just like have the Jacks, but you don't have the sigil to discard, and it goes from being a card that it's pretty unreasonable in its power level to a card that doesn't do a whole ton, right?
yeah, I mean like 3 damage is a lot different than 4. Like there are a bunch of 4 drops and 5 drops that Jack has just kind of invalidated playing. So.
All right, talk to me about this one of Jawbone Greatsword.
So I expected either some mirror matches or other like Praxis decks to be running some number of Siege Breakers. So when I killed my opponent's Breakers, I wanted to have something to fetch.
Right, and the Jawbone Greatsword can also break, like it can kill another thing that has 5 health, right?
Yeah, I can kill a 5 health thing. Like if I attack first with a Jack and they trade, then I get to also draw an 8/6 Berserk unit, or sometimes Berserk. It depends on if something's been
Yeah,
permaproc
right.
or whatnot. But
All right, cool. Any questions from chat? Chat, do you have any questions for our ECQ champion collector? And meanwhile, do you have anything else you'd like to say?
should I open chat up? All right, I got it open so I can see
I
them.
haven't seen too many questions. I can read them off also. Titus.
Do you not have all the cards for it, Sonny?
No, I'm missing some number of Linray Stranger.
Fair enough. I know I saw some other decks running Geminon, but Linrays can take over a game on its own, so plus the stun, which is why we swapped to it over Geminon.
Yeah, looks like I only have one Linray Stranger. I don't think I've ever crafted them.
Avi, I do not think the deck would be better with one Geminon. I do know you love that card, but
Geminon just seems like, I don't know, a Linray Stranger that doesn't have a enter the battlefield effect. Like the size is, yeah, it's huge, but it also just doesn't seem that relevant to me.
yeah, I think the stun on Stranger was very helpful in a lot of the more aggro games because I could play it, and then even if they kill it, their unit got stunned, so I probably won't take damage that turn. So, I know Gallup's asking, was Gust a good call? Gust ended up not mattering at all. There were 1 or 2 times I wish that was an unseal. So, I mean, I guess making that back into an unseal would have been good, but it was okay. GT, we're not splashing for Soul's Rest. And the Sizzle, the worst matchup was probably like some variant of those curses deck. I'm not sure exactly which one. Like like I was saying earlier, Turn to Seed and Permafrost, can kind of wreck you. And they were playing main deck Edicts, and the main deck Fire Edicts also wrecks 3/5 of your deck.
So Noverb's asking about the correct name of this deck.
We call it Chunk Crack, but so none of the ones you said over.
All right. Well, congratulations again. You're going to be. Are you the first person from TBC to make it? I think so, right?
Yeah, I'm the first person so far. Hopefully, we'll put 1 or 2 more in, but
yeah, I mean, if you don't have any inside information on how wildcards are going to work, right?
I wish I did, but
yeah, I mean, if they're just like solely merit based, I think that Gallup has a really good shot at it. And so does Keith Peleg, and those are the only 2 that come to mind as being like clear front runners. You would be, but you had to go out and win the thing. So
I didn't Black Ice do really well in the last ECQ as
Oh
well.
yeah, Black Ice is suddenly shooting out there. So, do you know much about Black Ice? I didn't recognize them until I didn't like notice a tournament finish from them until last week.
No, I don't know them too much. I got them on my friends list inside the client, but that just kind of happens after games sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think that Black Ice played phenomenally during the, well, I mean, both of you played phenomenally during the finals. It just
So,
didn't line up
Black
well for
Ice is
them.
actually listening right now, it's saying that they're an old school MTG player who has more time and have some friends helping them. So,
I see. Yeah. Well, I mean, did you see what happened? You were busy with the tournament, so you probably didn't see what went on with competitive MTG, right? I, I know that my Twitter
no,
is
did something big
aflame
happen
with,
today?
huh?
Did something
Uh,
big happen today?
yeah, Perks Alert got banned. Um,
Ooh.
he has the highest win rate for anyone in the past year, over the past year.
On Arena or MTGO?
I think real life. I don't like. I'm
I
not
have
that
no
connected,
idea what
but
you're talking about. I
uh,
haven't played any paper Magic or online Magic in like probably a year and a half at this point.
fair enough. I mean, my Twitter feed is still just like lots of Magic people. So everyone in there in chat, just remind people that competitive Eternal is a really good time to play, and that we have Twitch drops. I think that those are things that people need to be reminded of from time to time. Um, So yeah, all right. Well, I'm going to end it there because I have to get to work. But anything else? Anything you'd like to finish it off with, or should we just go raid someone? And who should we
Uh,
raid?
I want to say thanks again to my other Barbarian Camp members for helping out with everything, and I'll continue to help them out through the next tournaments and whatnot. And then go read Mercurio.
All right.
And I have a lot of messages from people to go back to respond to. So
Yeah, I'll save you the effort by not sending you a message. But congratulations, it's great to see you doing well. And the first person to qualify for both worlds, aside from the champion who has to do it by default, like.
returning person, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, see you later. See you later, chat. Have a good one. Say hi to Mercurio Blue for me, or for us, I suppose. And I'll see you guys at the next ECQ or whatever. Actually, I am planning on just a personal plug. I am planning on going over some of these games tomorrow night at about 8:30 Pacific time. I was going to do what I did last week, except obviously I wasn't the one playing, and I'm not going to count misplays. That's just like I'm just going to go back and like review the tape and do some analysis. So if you want to check that out, you can. All right. I misspelled it. All right. Say hi to Mercurio Blue for me. Us for us. I'm just so used to saying certain things. 3, 2, 1. All right. Have a good one, everyone.